Hey guys, what's going on? It's 8:50 in the evening. It's Saturday, May 15th, 2021. Weaver, John C., Roseman, California. In response to the letter I sent out, Don's vacations, concerning about his situation out in Canada. Yeah, I was deadly serious concerning about the video. I was deadly serious concerned about the situation over there. In earnest, yes. I take freedom, I take civil rights very heavily. I may not have had my own rights violated, but in studying enough, and there's not always not enough, history regarding how man has been treating himself for God knows how long since the world was created and man came out of the dust. There's a lot of biblical references to that, but there's also physical evidence on that. So without going into that particular Pandora's box, let me get a nail and shut that one a little bit. We'll get it open one of these here millenniums. Suffice it to say that I do hold rights as, well, maybe not acts of God, but still much needed for all of us in our own countries. How we're supposed to live, how we're supposed to survive, how we're supposed to be relating with everybody else as a decent human being. And the problem is when you have a group of people trying to take control and command it from everybody else, their own damn egos are in control. They want to control everything. They want. So in a situation where we got a Canadian government trying to do the same damn thing to its people at this point over here, under the guise of democracy, yes, I do get pissed off about it. Much like I got pissed off concerning about my own damn kinsmen over here going ape when they say that their own damn civil rights are being violated and compromised, and they feel cheated all the damn time. It's like they're entitled. They're entitled. It's like they're the only ones in the universe that has to be entitled, and everybody else is for shit. We have gotten too damn fat and lazy. I know I've gotten fat and lazy myself personally, but I get worked up enough that I want to get involved in certain situations. The only thing is, I got people slamming doors on me left and right. They don't want me. They don't want my mouth. They don't want my intelligence. They don't want me to say anything necessary that pisses them off because I push the wrong damn buttons. It's easy enough to push the wrong damn buttons. But when you have a government doing that to its own people and they're not reacting to it, that's what really pisses me off. A cry for help out of the internet wilderness. And nobody wants to hear about it because they got their own damn faces stuck in their own damn phones and the virtual world around them. But they're not even noticing what the hell is going on. While Canada has been going through its challenges of their rights, the problem is nobody takes them for granted. Nobody takes them seriously enough at this point over here. And that's an issue. We have Israel and Palestine taking center stage besides the United States issues at this point over here, as I was trying to indicate in the previous video. We have Hamas going against Israel because of rights and property being taken left and right. Settlements must be made, according to Israel, over the rights of others. There cannot be a two-state party, even though that has been proposed for how many decades, and they still don't want to go for it. Simply put, Israel must exist over the Palestinians. Using it in that context at this point over here, is that something similar to what Canada is facing at this point? We have a corrupt government trying to enforce its own rules and regulations down people's throats for its own quote-unquote protection. And people lose their rights left and right, and they have to fight for it. And yes, I was serious in the other video. I do not advocate physical violence at these rallies or any time. And it's only to be used at the last resort. And the thing is, when it came down for the United States versus England, we had an oppressive government system. Some people actually were trying to thrive under Britain's rule. The problem is, Britain wanted everything and wanted to control everything. And the military generals wanted more and more absolute power, taxing everybody else to death. Whatever little money they could get, it was going back over to Britain. Basically, they turned the United States colonies, or actually the 13 colonies, into slavery. And you might call it that in the first place. We also had slaves coming over from different countries to help deal with the plantations to get money going for their own plantations to be surviving, but also for the economies happening. And not to mention Britain's incessant need to fill its coffers because of Britain's own struggles across the waters with different countries, and they must have their resources replenished. So, therefore, we got to drive the United States crazy. And we turned ourselves into slaves, and then we turned other people into slaves. If we want to look at that aspect of it. Now you're going to be asking, how does this relate to Canada? Canada had enjoyed a certain amount of freedom, a certain amount of dignity, self-respect. But it's not entirely under the COVID-19's problem, because this thing has been going on way longer than we knew. That there were corrupted politicians in there who still wanted to use the power of their own little pulpits to gain as much influence and control, and feeding their own massive egos over what the country's rights and needs were. Needs of the many has to outweigh the needs of the few. Doesn't work that way when it comes down for the corrupted, egotistical, sorry sons of bitches who are saying that everything for me and nothing for you because I say so. Well, it's time for Canada to say, no, we tell you to go bye-bye. Change the damn laws or we're going to change you, period. And they're going to have to go through a struggle at this point over here. They're going to have to fight through the legal systems first. And once that's exhausted, they may have to go through other sources. And they may get them into trouble. But the last thing I want to see Canada do is any of the violent crap we keep putting ourselves through. I don't want to see Canada going through that kind of violent revolution. And I don't want to say that they're going to have to either. I simply want to say Canada has to take care of this. But they have friends and allies. They just don't know it yet. I myself am an American, and I intend to stay that way. I don't intend to cross borders unless I have to. Plus, at this point, I don't have any means or opportunity to do so in the first place. I feel for my fellow Canadians across the border. I extend my hand as my own hand to you guys in friendship. Granted, I've got a glove on right now for my wrists, but you need me to spread the word, I'll spread the word. If not, you have to do what you've got to do, Canada, to secure your freedom. You're going to have to. And yes, I don't pull punches, and I'm not pulling my words. So if the Canadian government comes after me, what are you going to do? You going to shut me off and block me? There's others out there, and they'll have the same voice. They'll say the same damn thing. Can't stop it. Canada has to stand for Canadians. The people have to stand for its government, its policies, its procedures, but mostly for the Canadian spirit that built the country in the first place. They love freedom. They love liberty. They love democracy. Probably not the way we Americans have in the past or currently, but they still do in Canada. So I'm hoping things will be working out for the better in Canada. Take care, my Canadian friends.